I feel like I lived a double life with my mother. Like, go home, like, hey, mom, like, hi,
Right.
we had a good day at school. And then once you go outside, I'm this person. Hold on, I'm Rel now. I'm not Darrell no more. Turn into Rel.
You got a moment when they see you down, just know they love it.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Bounce Back Podcast. I'm your host, B. Luke. I got a special guest with me today in the building, man. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell the people your name, where you're from, and a little bit about yourself.
JUICED Rel. I'm from Mattapan. Went through the struggles like everybody else, ups and downs. Childhood, crazy childhood, you know what I mean? Right now, I'm working and I got like a juice company going on, that's it.
Okay, what's the name of the juice company?
Hyer Levelz. Find me on IG at Hyer Levelz Lifestyle, or on IG at JUICED Rel.
All right, cool. There you go. There it is. Make sure you follow on IG. I just wanted to get that out there earlier because I do that a lot towards the end, but I know people got short attention span. So yeah, let's get the plug in the beginning, man. So why don't you tell me what was life like growing up in Mattapan? What's that culture like back then? I'm a Cambridge kid, man. Why don't you kind of just paint the picture for me, someone that don't know?
Mattapan, it's like where I'm from. It's like it's family. Like people be cool. People have their up and downs. It's like regular family and stuff like that. I won't consider it as a gang, though. We family.
It's a neighborhood.
It is a neighborhood.
Community.
A lot of Haitians, a lot of foreigners, a lot of people from all over the place.
Yep.
That been there, though. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So talk a little bit about you specifically, the home dynamic. Did you have both parents? Do you have siblings? Why don't you get a little into that?
Yeah, I only live, my mother raised me, so, you know what I'm saying? I was raised by my mother, and she had me, my brother, and my sister. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the oldest.
Okay.
So like, I did all, the first child was like the ever child. So
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, my brother and sister, they were good. Never went to jail, never done it like that. Like,
nice.
They good. I'm just the one that,
that messed up. Hey, the way I see it, if stuff like that, situations like that, if they could learn from your experience and not go through it, it almost kind of makes it worth it. At least to somebody learn something from it, and then hopefully you learn from your experience too, man.
Never again. Never
Absolutely,
again.
absolutely. Talk about that. Talk about why you wanted to come up here today, man.
I wanted to come up here because to tell people about like, it's a way out of the streets, man. Because like, I'm kind of proof a little bit. I'm not tiptoeing in and out. Like I'm really out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just living life. Like one of my boys I seen yesterday. Crazy. I'm up here today to talk about it. I see my boy yesterday. He's like, yo, every time I see you, you buying, you shopping. I was like, bro, I'm living now. Like when I was out there trapping, you couldn't buy, go shopping, and like you worried about gang shit. I be walking, yo, hoodie off, no poo shiesty. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, especially nowadays, we came up in a different era, but nowadays I feel like even there's always a way other than the streets. You know what I mean? If you look for it, like with internet, social media. Bro. Saying that you like, oh, we have to do this street stuff, that's a cop-out, man. That's a choice.
It's a choice, definitely a choice, because it's kids on the internet right now making millions of dollars. They're like 16.
You can stay home and play video games and stream it on Twitch.
And be a millionaire.
So, and plus technology is caught up to the point where everything's on camera.
Everything.
You know what I mean? The
streets get away with
done,
nothing.
Man.
The streets is done. If you think the streets is lit right now, Like I understand, like if a kid is like little, they don't understand. But if you like 20 something, 18, even 17, 16, and you think the streets is where it's at, oh, you lost.
Yeah, and getting arrested, doing time, I always say like that's a young man's game. You know what I mean? It gets to a point where it's like you're too old to really be out there like that, man. Bro. You should be setting the example. Don't be the example, bro.
Yeah, I got locked. I've been out for 3 years, right? About to be 4. And the last time I was in jail, it was kids.
You're the old head.
I was only 30 then, and they was calling me an old head.
Yeah.
Like, what? 30?
Yep.
Old head?
No lie, bro. I remember when I was first doing time and seeing the older dudes that was like, 40-ish, in their low 40s at the time or whatever. But it was just one of the things, and this is county, so it's not like they've been down for a long, they've been out. They got their state bid, but now they're doing a little bit of county time and all that. And I just remember them talking about, oh, so-and-so's your pops. I did time with your pops back in the day. And I'm like, I don't ever want to be that dude, right? You know what I mean? Like where me and somebody of the same age, we did time together. And next thing you know, I'm 40-something years old and dude come in and talk about so-and-so's my dad. I'm like, oh man, yeah, I did time with him back in 06.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
So like I said, that's a young man's game. But let's talk a little bit about what are the events that kind of lead up to the first time you get in trouble with the law?
First time ever, like little kid shit.
Yeah, ever. It doesn't have to be anything that got time. Just your first introduction to the police. You know what I mean? And having trouble with them, man.
We went around like different towns, like just beating people up for no reason.
No reason at all.
Yeah, no reason. I'm not. If I'm lying, I'm flying. We had no reason.
Yep.
And we got caught, but it was like no jail time. We like trouble in school more than on the.
Okay.
Because the schools got involved. You know what I'm saying?
So what was it? What did that lead to? Like a school suspension?
Suspension. Some people got suspended. Like some people got expelled. Some people.
How does it get back to the school? Right. What is the school?
Somebody said where we like. I was with kids from high school. So somebody said, oh, we was like, Milton. They said that.
Okay.
So they took Milton and was like, oh, obviously these are Milton High School kids or Milton, one of the schools. Yeah. It was so easy to find the black kids. And all you do is describe like, oh, it was a big black kid, literally football. Like they knew it was football players, so they always went after the football players. So
you get suspended from school. Do you eventually graduate high school?
Yeah, I graduated.
Okay. What's your experience with the juvenile system? Did you have any juvenile?
Nah, I got past.
You skated? No, not skated. Even like a juvenile case, probation, nothing like that.
It wasn't nothing that went that far. Like, just like you go to the magistrate.
Yeah, Clark
and like,
magistrate.
Like, oh, we're gonna go through with this, and they be like, nope, it ain't that deep. It's like fighting shit.
So you did get in front of you did get to a courtroom or whatever, but nothing really came of it.
Yeah, nothing.
When does it come to the point where the stuff does come from it? Now adult stuff,
the adult stuff started coming when I was like towards like 16, 17, like.
Okay.
When I started feeling myself, like I'm thinking I'm a man.
So is this the thing where like, okay, you're done with high school and you got nothing going on? Are you working? Are you just?
Nah, just that I started getting caught for shit.
That you was already been doing.
Yeah, like, cause I felt like I lived a double life with my mother. Like, go home, like, hey, mom, like, hi, we had a good day at school, and then once you go outside, I'm this person. Hold on, I'm Rel now, not Darrell no more. Turn into Rel. It's a whole if people say they don't live two lives, they're lying.
Right. Yeah.
They're lying. Everyone lived a two double lifestyle somehow.
There's a mask somewhere.
Yeah, because especially in front of your parents.
Yeah.
Especially if you respect your parents too.
Right. Yeah.
You ain't gonna want them to see you as a gang member or as one of those people selling drugs or anything that's like negative. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I always just played it good. I think my mother was smart and knew that, but she'd see me being like helpful around the crib sometimes. Like she kicked me out a lot. But it's like, but still, because like I used to have mad like things going on. She thought I made the house hot one time. She was like, yeah, I'm moving because you made the house hot. I started laughing like, you made the house hot. Like, what do you mean? What you even know about making the house hot?
Right. So what happened? What do you mean? What did she mean by that? She just saw too many people coming
around. But I don't bring people to cribs. You might see more people on the street now.
Okay.
And we chill. But I don't bring people to my house like. Yeah. Unless you're a female.
You keep the streets in the streets.
Yeah. I used to play like.
And your mom wasn't having that anyway. It seemed like she kind of.
I keep it separate. I kept it separate for so long until I got old. Like then everybody, once I start going to jail, everybody knows now. Like can't hide it no more.
What age do you start seeing like your friends getting locked up?
Oh, early.
Early DY. Yeah, they're coming out with stories of DYS.
Everything. I lost a friend at like when I was like 9. He was like probably like 12 or 13. Got stabbed up.
Damn.
Early. Death early.
You deal with that early. It's tough.
Early. I lost mad friends. Like,
what's like the father situation, man? Was that like never? He was never around. Or?
I can't say he wasn't never around, but he wasn't. He could have did better.
He could have did more. Okay.
Could have did more. Like, he wasn't around. You know, he wasn't like, oh, I could see him every morning or see him every day.
Gotcha.
But like when shit went down, like he was there. But like, he could have did more
on the day to day.
Yeah, he did more than day to day.
Instilling those little lessons.
Because never went that way. Right. Because I see him. He was the man.
Okay.
If people see this video and they
meaning the man like in the streets doing street stuff.
He was the man. Like like people know people from Roxbury, people from Maple Street. Like that's my father's area. Like a lot of people that I seen on your thing would know my father. If they see me, they don't know who my father is.
So him kind of being in the streets, is that kind of what caused the division with him and your mom? Kind of, she wasn't having that.
Probably, I don't even know, cause like, he was abusive. Fuck all that. It wasn't. Okay. It was abusive dude, bro.
Damn.
I seen a couple things with him being abusive to my mother. But I was little, I couldn't do nothing. Right. Touch my mother now, anybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? But like, he wasn't like the greatest person. Like,
okay. But in the streets, he had a name, kind of that ring bells.
Great, yeah.
So how does that feel when it's like you see people in the streets kind of like, you know, they glorify certain stuff or they romanticize stuff, but here you are, you know, he's doing this to your mom, man? Does that kind of send a double message?
Yeah, no, because like I know things of that why he wasn't all the way there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like he grew up tough. Like he grew up, his lifestyle was crazy. So like
That's one thing we don't
like
realize sometimes.
he was that before me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that didn't just come after me. He didn't like, oh, let me have Rel, and now I'm gonna be super gangster or do super trap and shit. Nah, he been doing that before me.
So do you feel like being the oldest in the house that you played somewhat of a father figure role to your younger siblings?
Yeah, no.
Feel like you could have did more?
I could have did more as a big brother.
Right.
But you know, the father thing, I was at that time I was like, oh fuck that, I have a father, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? So I was on.
Yeah,
like,
we're still young-minded too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't know what we don't know.
I could have been a better brother. I know that.
I look
But
at it
now
the same way, man. You know what I mean?
Oh man, could have been a way better brother. I know I could have.
So when do you start getting locked up, man?
I lived in Florida.
This is in Florida. Okay, so let's first talk about that, right? Why do you move from Boston to Florida? To school?
Tried to go to school. I tried it.
College?
Yeah,
Okay.
I tried.
You tried. Was it the arrest that kind of messed that up, or were you messing that up before that?
Before that.
Okay.
I'm 18 by myself, own crib. Like they didn't have dorms. I had my own 2-bedroom apartment to my crib, like to myself. I could walk around the crib smoking weed, have girls in it. Like, it was going to school, and then it's like, fuck this. It's summertime every day out here. Like, I'm gonna make some money.
Right.
I'm gonna pay for this apartment. I don't care if my mother stopped helping me. I can afford it.
Is that the first time you lived on your own?
Yeah, that was the first time I ever lived on my own.
So you know, at that time, that's a big accomplishment. You know what I mean? You feel, you know, to have something of yours. You know what I mean? Like to be a man, quote unquote, right? And education eventually came second to that, right? Damn. So what kind of things were you doing in Florida, man? You from Boston, man. Florida's a little different.
Yeah, Florida's different. But when I moved out there, like three people from Boston moved out there too. Like 3 people I know personally.
Okay.
So we was out there, and I got cool with like a whole bunch of people that wasn't from Florida. Like it was like 10 of us.
It's a big transplant state.
Yeah. So we just was like a clique. We knew we wasn't from Florida, so we gonna stick together. Most of us was from the east side, like East Coast anyway, so we just stuck together. And like, it was just us. Like the ones that was from Florida, like one dude was from Florida. He was the oldest. He was like probably like 40 at the time. He was old. He wasn't like with us like that, but he was like the older dude. He's trying to get his jobs. He was used to be with the bullshit, robbing banks and shit. But he tried to he was fucking with us like. But he like showed us around Florida and shit. Like,
okay.
I didn't really know nothing about Florida.
What happens with school? How does that how do you get kicked out, or did you just stop going?
I stopped going.
And they just eventually how does that work? They just cut you. They say you're done. You get a letter in the mail.
They ask you, do you want to go mad times back? They still to this day will ask me if I want to go back.
They were giving you chances.
Yeah. Okay. But I was too deep in now. Like now we buying guns. Now we buying weed. We got the weed connect. We got the coke connect. We got everything's going like lit. Like I'm in a whole other state doing this now.
Yeah.
Like, not no friends I know. Like these are all people I don't know except for the 3 people that came. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of like trust trying to do this shit.
Like, built it up from nothing.
Yeah.
How does that eventually come crashing down?
Fucking with the wrong people. This dude came. This is some dude from, was it Jersey or New York? One of those states. He came from the state, like lying, like off the rip. I think it was Jersey. Yeah, Jersey, because my boy was from Jersey. So yeah, he came, said he was from New Jersey, and then like he was on like some bluffing. Like he was like, everyone that goes to Florida be like, oh, I'm gonna be a rapper. I'm gonna be this. Like somebody's gonna sign me. So he came on that type of time. Like, oh, 2 Chainz is my gonna sign me and stuff. But, but we know he's lying. And he's wearing fake jewelry. You know, like like what? And then he's from Jersey. So my boy was like, oh, you from my area. So like he was I'm gonna look out for you. Gave him some money, whatever we gave him, and then like he said he was gonna pay him on a certain day. So happened the dude called me on a certain day. He was like, I need weed. So I go. I was like, first I go where everybody else be at. There. He was like, yo. And then I see my boy that he owes, like, yo, you see this? I was like, yeah, I'm about to go over there. He just called me. He was, I just went over there. He didn't answer the door. I was like, well, I'm going over there. So come if you want. I don't give a fuck. So I go, I knock on the door. He opens the door. Then I go in. My boy didn't come in right away. Then he knocks on the door. Now he has to open the door. So he opens the door, let him in. Like, oh, I didn't know that was my roommate. Whoop de whoop. I don't know. And he's like, where's my money? Crushed him because he was lying. Because you know there wasn't no roommate here. Crushed him like really like. I had to like stop this dude from like stomping on it. Like,
right, you might lose. You know, people lose their life.
But he's the one that messed up everything. Like he was like, oh, people like. Even after that, I was still fucking with him. Like he's like, yo, we could go get like 10 P's, and it was a real person talking to the person, and everything. Yeah. And on the way there, I get booked, like a street away, crazy. So was it like a situation where the person they was talking to is that like a officer of the law? Wasn't there yet. Well, had nothing
you just
to do
get
with
pulled over?
Yeah, I pulled over. Bro.
Wow, damn, crazy. That's like kind of some very preventable thing. What did you get pulled over for?
They said we were speeding, and then like I'm not from Florida, so when they ran my name, nothing came up.
Okay.
So I didn't have no ID out there.
Fishy,
nothing.
right?
Like, so they was like, you're lying. So I had to go to jail. Like,
damn.
I'm like, bro, I'm telling you my name, my age. Y'all not gonna find me in the system if I never got in trouble out here. If I don't got no ID, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, basically. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I go to school, visiting. Gotcha. And they was like, oh, nah, you're lying. And then I was going out with this older girl at the time. Like, she was like probably like 40 something. I was going out with her at the time. I'm like 18. I'm like 19. Probably like 19 at this time.
How many of y'all in the car?
It was just two of us.
Y'all both get arrested?
No, they didn't arrest him because he has a Florida ID.
Okay, so you just got arrested for not having ID initially.
They wasn't gonna arrest me for not having an ID. They said, yo, we can find you in the system. They did a fingerprint thing. I was like, you're not gonna find me.
Right.
Because unless this goes to mass, you're gonna.
Now, the fingerprint, this is obviously, you're already back at the station now, or do they have like
They brung one out.
They have like a mobile one?
Yeah, they called a trooper out to do the fingerprint shit. I'm like, they're not gonna find me. Let's do it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Then the black cop was like, came up to me like, you're lying your name. I was like, bro, my name is really Darrell Hilton.
Right.
I'm not lying, bro. Like, and then they found like some other shit. Like the girls know it. She had like she was in the army, so she had like back problems and her medicine was in the car. Yeah. It was like, oh, you got pills? I was like, bro, that's prescription. I don't care what you say. You want to take me to jail for that? Take me to jail. That's her prescription. She's gonna come get them shits because she need them.
Damn.
And they was like, all right, well, they didn't even care about the pills, but they thought I was lying about something like being somebody on the run or like. Wow. They couldn't find me in the system, and still, when I went to the station, like there's no station. You go to the jail. Right to the jail. Right to the jail, Orange County. They still couldn't find me in the system. They had to like book me in like basically like a John Doe type. Like they don't know who I was.
And what are they charging you with to hold you, like to detain you?
Drugs, because they try to use now they're gonna use the pills now. First it was speeding, now they're gonna say drugs, but they're not drugs. So I was like, I know I'm gonna bail out. I'm about to bail out. Damn. And like there, you could get like a $10,000 bill and pay 10%. Right. So 10% you get out.
Did they give you a bail?
Yeah, I got out the same night.
Same day, so you didn't have to spend the night. But now you got an open case.
Then you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So how's that work? They give you another date in the month, and then what do you start to do with like everything you got going on? Because now it's like, man, hustling, doing this, doing that, but you're out of state, man. It's not like you go up.
You sell everything.
Got rid of it all and said you done?
Sold the guns, sold everything, and dip.
Where? Back to Massachusetts? And then you skipped out on those court cases?
Until it was over.
How long does that take?
Well, that took like 10 years.
10 years? Yeah. You was on the run from those things?
It wasn't on the run. I got in trouble out here. They didn't send me back. So like, it wasn't that big of a deal to them. So
they didn't come try to extradite you or nothing like that?
Like sometimes, like if I get pulled up by a statey right now, they be like, oh, you know you have a warrant in Florida, but okay.
And that's something that you still haven't been I mean, it seems like it's just for what? I mean, the possession of the drugs that was in her name, and then you don't have an ID, and that's all. So that's.
I haven't been to Florida.
Are you planning on going to Florida anytime soon?
Eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to clear it up.
Just have fun.
Okay, so you have no intention of.
If I clear it up, if I have to, I'll go. I'll call them first before I go out there and see what I have to do. Yeah. See what's up. If they trying to hold me, I'm not going nowhere. But.
Yeah, no doubt. What about up here?
Got too much things going on. Nothing. I'm good up here.
You good up here? You never got arrested? Had to go to Nashville Street? Anything like that?
Yeah. What? Nashville Street?
Is this this is before you went down there?
This is after.
Okay.
The Bay.
So all these times you have actually been in the system, been locked up, and they still never chose to come get you. So that's good.
They got bigger charges than that, like
right. So what do you get? Yeah. So talk about a little bit about that, man. What do you get caught for that puts you into Nash? And you said the Bay. Were you sentenced?
I was sentenced in the Bay.
Okay, so just.
But I went to the Bay too on national status.
On Nash. So yeah, just walk me through that your time in Nash, and then why did you go to Nash status in the Bay? Is that something that you were there right off the rip, or?
Yeah, because you know they be picking some people. Like I was there for one night, and they just ship you
just randomly.
Like and Newman,
I never been to Nash or South Bay, Suffolk County. I did all my crimes in Middlesex.
Middlesex, yeah, Middlesex, damn.
Yeah.
All right, so
I know, but Cambridge would have overcrowding, and we would get shipped to Plymouth. So I got shipped to Plymouth. So I know what that's like. You know what I mean?
Okay, so we go to the hold. Like, so New Man, you go to New Man, and then they just have you in a cell for a little bit until you figure out where you're gonna go. You might be there for 2 days, a day.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, it's like they just like, oh, you're going to the Bay. They just pick people like you go to the Bay.
So you weren't in Nash long?
Nah, not one of those times. Well, I've been in Nash long. That was just one of the times I had to go to on Nash status in South Bay. But the trafficking case I caught in Mattapan, it was me and my boy Esau. We caught a trafficking case. They tried to give us like a continual like quaff. You know what a quaff is? They gave us a quaff.
Continuing without a fine.
They gave us that. I took it and got in trouble again.
So they gave you that from district court, or they try to indict you?
Nah, Dorchester Court.
Dorchester, what's that? Dorchester District Court?
Yeah, District Court, yep.
So a quaff, for people that don't know, is pretty much continuing without a fine. And they give you a certain amount of time. If you don't get in trouble, it's pretty much gone.
They could be like, yeah, if you get in trouble, they're going to give you that time and the time you got. Right?
So what happens? You eventually get in trouble on that quaff, or did you complete that?
I think I missed the drug test or some shit. Did I catch another case? I can't remember, bro. Like,
but you didn't.
I know.
You violated it.
I know I didn't complete that shit.
Damn. What they give you for time? They give you.
I think they gave me like a year, but I had time. Like you know how you sit already.
Waiting trial. You have credit.
Yeah, we got credit in, so it's like 8 months.
Yeah.
Like
what was your like whole experience in Suffolk County jail? I know that's your county, so Suffolk, but that could be good because you have your peoples, but then you also have people who maybe don't like you as well. From the street. So what was your experience?
My experience was, I don't want to say good because that doesn't sound right, but my experience was okay.
You didn't get in trouble, a lot of trouble.
I went to the hole a few times, but like I'm not that type of person. Like I'm a get money person. Like I was like, I don't got time for the street politics, especially when we in jail. Why we talking about the streets? We in jail.
Right.
I don't go in those conversations. I don't go to those conversations. Like if I see you right now, we doing this podcast, and then we go say we knock on air. We go to jail tomorrow, right? And you in this table talking to them young niggas talking about like, oh, who did this? And you heard about what's name spinning this? Yeah, I'm not talking to you. I'm not gonna talk to you. It's not like on disrespect. I'm just like, oh, what up, bro? Still, but we're not gonna have conversations like that. Because I don't want to be a part of those conversations. That's stupid. To worry about street politics in jail. That's how mad people be getting locked up because they be on the phone talking to their girl. Like, did you hear about? And now this person's in jail. Like.
So it's more about having those productive conversations and people who are kind of like-minded. So when do you make the decision that you're done kind of, was it the Florida thing that you're done with the streets? Or like what are some
mad stuff happened before that. Like mad stuff happened before that. I just never got in trouble. Like I was really like swifty with my shit. Like I never really got like, I followed my gut. Like I knew shit was going, I'm out.
Yeah.
Or like if I thought it was hot and we could do this, we gonna do it. But like, I don't go off of you.
Right.
Like you could tell me the plan, but if I don't feel right, I'm not doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like with anything.
When do you try to make that switch to the legal entrepreneurship?
Oh, this 3 years ago. Well, longer than 3 years. I had this juice for like, 4. I'm gonna say 4 years because like when I started, I was already having legal problems, so like, I knew I had to go to jail eventually. You know what I'm saying? So like when I started, I'm gonna say 4 years, 3 years, like nothing with no problem. I'm gonna say 1 year. I started 1 year, I was doing it. I was like having legal problems. In 3 years, no legal problems. Like, so like I started, it was kind of hard because I knew I was gonna go to jail eventually. So I was trying to like rush it. But now these last 3 years, they've been smooth. Like people buying 500 juices, 100 juices, 1,000 juices. I switched because like when I went to jail, the girl I'm with now, like she like. She's more like spiritual shit. Like she got me like thinking more like she's the first person to be like, oh, you better than that. Like you know, you know how I know you know. Like
I get what you're
people
saying.
don't give us that. Like men, we don't get that. Like you gotta be tough. You gotta be solid. You gotta be like, no. Like when a person be like, yo, I love you for real. Like you would know when a person really loves you or a person really like fucks with you. Or when they say you better than that, like you. Like she said some weird, like some corny shit too. Like, yo, you a dolphin swimming with a fish, fishes and some shit. Like, I forgot what she said. And I thought about that. And I was leaving the crib to go do what I was gonna do. And she said that before I left. And I always kept that, like, yo, bro. And then I went to jail. And I was like, yo, bro, I'm not going to jail. Like, I could lose my whole family like this, bro. Like, what if I went to jail for 10 years? It was over work too. I got caught with like 74 grams, bro. Yeah. Like, good thing I had a good lawyer. So like, finagle whatever he did to like get my time low and shit like that. But like, I could have went to jail for 10 years, bro. And
Yeah,
my daughter, I
that'll
got
wake you
2
up.
daughters and a son. They would have been like old. They'd have been, one would have been 16, one would have been 15, and one would have been fucking 10.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm
So
saying? Like, it would have been crazy, bro. Like, so like, I just chose to switch my life because like I wasn't winning from it.
right.
And I'm not even talking about money wise, because that was always coming, but I wasn't winning, like, because you get all this money. Like when I was trapping, like just strictly on the streets,
Yeah.
the money wasn't. The money was coming, but the money didn't mean the same. It wasn't the same. Like
Right.
I wasn't gonna go buy me a pair of sneakers with that money. I was gonna go buy me more drugs, more drugs.
Right.
But now that I work, I know the value of the dollar now. Like so, like I know I could spend $200 and I know I can,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I got my juice business. Everything's like
Yeah.
I don't just go spend money for no reason.
Right. You put a different value on it. You lose it how you get it. If you get it fast, that's usually
You
how you're
lose it
gonna lose.
fast.
Yeah, I agree 100%. But pardon, why juice?
Because everybody sells weed.
Okay.
I sell weed too, but like
And so this juice is you have
I have weed juice and I have a healthy
Both.
juice.
Okay.
No. I was gonna bring you some today, but it wasn't done.
Okay, it's all
Next time
good,
I hit
yeah.
you, I'm gonna get you some.
Yep. No, I had some before. That was
No,
that was
no
fire,
weed,
yeah.
no weed in it.
Oh, okay,
Like, just
gotcha,
health
gotcha.
shit. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you some when it's done, like teas and all that for you. But
No, I appreciate you.
but so we do the weed stuff started with me and my girl going to after parties. So that's why we did the weed juices and shit. We started the weed juices. Everyone's selling weed at the parties. I was like, how can I make money without
Right.
everyone's selling weed? So like.
Right. You got to do something a little different.
Different.
Yep.
So I brought the juices, like this is party stuff. You can add your tequila, you
Right.
can add anything you want to this juice, but
Yep.
it's weed in it. You're gonna get high and you're gonna get drunk at the same time. So I started doing those. We started off with a small bottle, then the bottle started getting bigger because people started liking it. So we got
Right.
bigger and bigger. Now we had 12 ounces.
Okay.
Like we selling juices, we selling healthy juices, we selling fresh juices, we selling teas, we selling everything.
That's dope.
But we're not like we're like the only like I'm not gonna call us a weed business though. Like we do that because it's like it's the thing right now. You
It's
know what
part
I'm
of
saying?
it, but it's not.
It's not the main focus. That's what I promote.
It's more of a subset of the
Yeah.
bigger umbrella.
Yeah,
Okay, got you.
because like
What are some things about like being an entrepreneur that like maybe caught you by surprise?
I surprise myself I could sell juice like this. Like sometimes I'll be selling juices and get some of this money. I'll be like, bro, I just sold juice. Bro.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, it might have weed in it, but I still sold juice. Like you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of juice. Like one of my flavors made $8,000 on juice,
Wow.
bro. Like when on juice, like I'm gonna keep on saying this, like it's so when people say they can't make no money and it's hard out here, you have to go keep on going to jail. You're bogus. You're really bogus, and it kind of sucks because like we're like the men are lost, bro. It don't matter if you black, white, whatever. Like we're lost, bro. Go to jail, you see every color of jail. It's not just black people in jail. Like that's what the world wants you to think. It's just it's all black men in jail. It's all of us in jail, bro.
Yeah.
Like it might be a lot in a certain area we in, but like go to Bill Ricker. You're gonna
Right.
see a lot of white men there. Go
Right.
to-
But like, emphasis too on the men. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
still
mean, women get
men.
locked up, but not at the rates that men do.
Yeah, but it's still men. All the men. We like. If you go back like anybody go back like 20 years of their life and like let me see where my friends at. They're probably dead or in jail.
Yeah, a
Men.
good portion of
I'm
them.
not talking about female. Men. Like you have men, female. You have men friends. You have female friends. So I bet you half of the friends that you met, half of the people you met 30 years ago, half of them in jail or dead.
Okay, let's just talk a little bit about sitting in jail and that type of stuff because you know it's glorified in music and all of that stuff. But so I like to touch on like to you, what's the worst part about jail and why?
Sleeping in the fucking bathroom. We sleep in the bathroom, bro. You know.
Exactly.
The
I mean
toilet-
that's the way
This
I
is
always.
the bed. The toilet's literally right here. Like you wake up. So if you have a bunkie, he had to shit in the middle of the night. You have to smell that. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
People always pick like food. Like bro, that's not the worst part.
The living.
It's living situation. Like you're a grown man, like living in a cell with somebody. Like their smells, their everything.
Yeah.
Like
That's the way I always explain it to people when they ask me what is it like. I'm like, picture living in a bathroom with a stranger.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it. You can put like this and touch both walls.
Even the little stuff like having to, go to the bathroom in front of another
person,
man, like
yeah,
that's
crazy, bro.
right to think, and that's stuff that you do. Eventually, you get used to it, and you
Yeah.
do it every day.
And you
But it's
adapt.
not, you know what I mean?
It's not.
Exactly. That's how people get institutionalized.
That and when you come in, why do we have to get naked, bro?
Oh yeah. The humiliation ritual of
Why?
it. Yeah.
That's some weird shit.
Yeah. So what's the best part about freedom, man, and being out and having that perspective? Because not everybody realizes they're free until you're not free, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what's the best part about freedom that you're enjoying that maybe your average person kind of takes for granted?
Now this is what you can use food. Food.
The food. Okay.
Food, bro. Like food. Like laughter for real. Like real laughter. Like not worried about like getting locked in your cell because somebody else did something. Like, the whole fucking unit is like locked down. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Somebody yelling in the middle of the night. I don't have to worry about that. I'd rather hear my son just cry.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like worrying about people being fake. You don't have to worry about nobody being fake. There's a lot of fake people in jail. People will tell you a dream and act like they're this super tough guy or this rich guy or they your friend and they telling you a dream trying to, you know what I mean? Like
what happens with your relationship with most of your friends when you get locked up? Are they holding you down for the most part, or how's that work?
Friends that's not even my friends that are not in the streets with me hold me down more than the people that I was in the streets with every day.
Wow.
Crazy.
Why do you think that is?
Bro, I don't even know. I can't even give I just think the people that's not doing like the weird shit got more of a conscience than the people that's like in the street. They people like, oh, they living life. No, you're not. You living life, you right.
Right.
But you know what we go through. So like, I feel like a person that knows what the person's go through should be looking out for the person before the person that doesn't know nothing.
Gotcha.
Like,
makes sense.
I was with you every day. I was just with you.
Right.
So why wouldn't you send me, I'm not even saying send me $1 million, send me 20.
Right.
Every other week.
Goes a long way.
Every other week, send me $20.
What's something that you learned about yourself going through situations like that, having to be locked up? Huh?
I got a little more patience with shit. Like I could deal with a lot of shit, a lot of like aggravation now. Yeah. Like you could really be annoying me, like poking me, and I won't. Depends. Like if I want to, I'll go like but it won't. I can hold it in now. Like I don't need to. I have to really care about you to really be arguing with you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna argue with a man. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not gonna go back and forth with a man. Let's just fight.
Right, at that point,
let's be men in this fight. Yeah. We don't have to get no guns. We don't have to get. Let's just fight, bro.
Right, especially arguing like about tough guy stuff. Yeah. You know, it's one thing to have a passionate debate or something, intelligence, but then some people just
argue about some dumb shit. Right. Let's just fight. Right. Because the only person I'm arguing with is my girlfriend. Right. And my kids. That's it. And I'm not arguing with my kids, but you know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though.
I'm not.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it, bro.
What's been like? What's the hardest part about kind of doing your thing, entrepreneurship wise? It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. Yo, you really need a team of people. Like I know you probably need a team of people too. I don't know what you do after when I leave, but you need a team of people, bro. It's not just a one. People be thinking it's just you doing it all by yourself. No, I need a team of people, and it's me. That's what I'm trying to build right now. I need drivers. I be trying to help people, and I'll be trying to pay.
Yeah, so I'll tell the camera, man, what are you looking for? You looking for drivers? What else, man?
I'm looking for drivers, and I'll pay you. Depending how many deliveries, I'll pay you on like, if I need you for like 5 deliveries, I'll pay you for the day.
So like an independent contractor type of thing.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can work out your hours. I'll pay you in weed. I'll pay you in cash, half, whatever you want. Like,
gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
what is, you got anything coming up soon?
Soon, I don't got nothing coming up. I was gonna do something, but it got like postponed. But I'm going to this event tomorrow called Nikan. It's like
yeah, I heard of that. Yep.
You should go to that, man.
But let's talk about the events and like having like the cannabis part of it, man. How is that like a barrier trying to set something like up and do it the right way and get whatever you may have to get? Do you have to get a permit or?
Right. Okay. The way to get around permits, you have to get permits for certain things, right? But the way to get around permits, like private spots, like if somebody owns it, like you own this building. Okay. And you say I could go smoke in this building, the cops can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's up to the landlord. It's not up to the cops. The cops don't own this building. They can't say you can't smoke in the building.
They can only maybe shut it down if it's too many people.
Still can't.
Not even if there's too many people.
Like this big space, like we had a whole bunch of people in here. As long as it's inside, nobody's getting hurt. They can't stop.
There's not like a fire code or anything that comes with the maximum.
That's what they probably do. Like that's the way to get in, but they can't stop it.
Gotcha.
Like they could walk in, you can still be smoking. They can't stop it because this is a private party. It's a private event. That's why people always put private. Because when you say private, no one can, like it's whatever happens in there happens. You have to be a member. Like you're
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk a little bit about like cannabis and why that section and what are like some benefits from it, or what's your experience with it? How long have you been a cannabis user? Have you been off and on? And just
the benefits of cannabis is like some people, like people with cancer.
yeah.
It helps them. Like they get prescribed like THC pills from the hospital. People with AIDS, people with certain diseases like HIV, AIDS. What's the other one? It's a whole bunch of diseases that cannabis helps, like because they can't eat, they don't have no taste, like you know what I'm saying. It helps them grow their hair. Like people, autistic kids, cannabis helps them. Like they won't have like people that have seizures. If they take cannabis, they won't have seizures. I promise you. If they smoke a vape pen every day, they won't have no seizures.
So do you think it should be legalized on a federal level?
The feds are trying to figure out how to make money. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Once the feds figure out how to make money from it,
it will be. I mean, it's going that way. I think what is it like? It's over 20 states. I think that have legalized
whole bunch of states
cannabis.
got it, yeah.
But man, like bringing it back to like the 90s, man. Is that something that you would be if you could go back in time and tell yourself a younger you about what the cannabis industry would be today? Is that something that would shock you?
yeah.
Why? Right.
Well, I used to get in trouble for bloods. That's one of the reasons when I was younger. We used to chases, the cops used to chases. You get arrested, put you in the car, your mom had to come get you. That's why you never went to jail. Like it was like shit like that, like dumb shit like that. Like I used to run for a roach. Like,
even some of the glass jars that comes in, I'm like, wow, this looks like a makeup thing. Like I would have never, we used to seeing this stuff in the bag.
The bags, the cutout bags is like crazy. I'm used to getting bags. Like remember the little jewelry bags? Those everybody think those for drugs. Those are for jewelry.
Right, or the buttons. A lot of time, like
the
if you
buttons,
get
the whole buttons,
they got the little bag with the little button in it in case you break a button.
I'm used to that, and I'm used to like. The weed went back to the prices from back in the day. I was just like damn near $600.
So let's just talk a little bit. This is something I like to do with the weed thing too, man. I like to compare it with alcohol, right? So how would you compare weed and alcohol? And which one would we say probably is better
Weed.
for you at least, and why?
Weed's better for everybody because like you can smoke a pound right now
Yeah,
and still get up and walk.
right.
If I drink a gallon of Henny, I'm not getting up and walking nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I always put it like this: put the worst case scenario versus the worst case scenario, right? Worst case scenario with too much weed, at least I'll speak personally.
You'll eat a lot.
And right, worst case scenario, too much alcohol, I'm gonna wake up in a jail cell wondering why. You know what I mean? And that's really how I look at that. And why do you think it's been kind of demonized and stigmatized for so long? Marijuana.
Marijuana. Why do I think? Because they didn't know, like I said, they couldn't make money at first. Even the states weren't making money from it. Now they make money, they don't care no more. You can smoke weed. Like when I was coming here, two cops walked by me smoking a blunt. They didn't say anything. They smelt it and kept it going.
Well, I think that's the big thing for a lot of people, especially if you go out to the suburbs and stuff like that, and you light up, and they I don't know. A lot of people, I love the smell. You know what I mean? Maybe because it brings back memories. I don't know why, especially before it's lit. You know what I mean?
But what about the cigarette smell?
Exactly.
That shit stink.
And you could do that. And that
people smoke those in public.
Around somebody who smokes cigarettes, I definitely feel like the secondhand smoke a lot more than weed. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's because I smoke weed and not cigarettes, but it just feels like a thicker.
You're right. It's a thicker smoke because if you smoke a cigarette in a white room, you're gonna see the yellow stain. You smoke not in the tobacco, but if you smoke a paper, you're not gonna see the smoke is way lighter. It's not gonna be all foggy. You fistbowl a cigarette right now. You know what I mean? Like, coughing. Everybody's really coughing, and that shit's nasty. It stinks. It doesn't smell good. The weed doesn't stink to me. Right. I don't think weed. I think cigarettes smell worse than
when
weed.
you compare it. Absolutely, absolutely.
Wait, I used to smoke cigarettes. I'm so mad. I'm mad that I did that. If I could go back like that question, I would stop. Never smoked a cigarette in my life.
Yeah, I hear that. What advice would you give to somebody that just came out of jail, man, and trying to do the right thing?
Yo, if you just come out of jail, I think you should like figure out what you like to do.
Yeah.
Don't rush nothing. Like if you got out of jail with no probation, no parole. Even if you do all that, go home and sleep and really eat a meal, take a shower and think. Don't worry about no pussy. Don't worry about none of that. Yeah. the money's gonna come, the pussy's gonna come, whatever you want is gonna come. As long as you straight, you gotta get yourself straight first.
Work on you. The best version of you will get all that easily. If you become the best you, there's no way that you can't.
And I'm learning that right now, cause I'm not perfect. I'm over here talking like I'm not perfect. I just know that I did some shit like with my life, like in my relationships, I fucked up a lot of shit that I wish I could fix, and I'm fixing them now. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's it.
If you got a girl, don't be a dickhead and cheat on her. Cause when you lose her, you're gonna realize like, oh, this is the only girl I got.
You wouldn't want her to do that to you, and most men can't handle that.
Most
you know what I mean? So don't do it.
I probably can't handle that.
Right.
You know
So that's why you don't do it. I agree. But let's talk to the kids, man. What advice do you give them so they don't have to go to jail and get advice on how to adjust? First, it depends what kind of kid they are. If it's a kid like me, I'll tell them like, yo, bro, there's some other stuff out here you could do. You could get rich without even doing nothing. Like, literally. You don't have to go break your back and push nothing or lift nothing or even stand there and scan anything. It's like the internet's our friend, bro. Right. You can get rich off the internet, literally. Not scamming. I'm talking about like literally doing legal shit. Yeah. It's people that literally just do telemarketing at home and make more money than I make. Yep. And I go to work and you know what I do for work. Yep. I pull points now. Like I rig and they doing. Hello, did you get your insurance today? You can do that at home, bro. Yeah, and it's one thing to be like, don't sell drugs and don't do crime. I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. We're giving people actual, instead of saying don't do this because it's bad, it's like don't do this when you could do this, right? You know what I mean? And that's what I want to have you up here for sure. I would never say that because I did those things. Exactly. I would never say don't sell drugs. Right. I'll be a hypocrite. Right. I would never say, oh, don't smoke weed because I will be a hypocrite. Right. At least without giving them that. Look at what we're doing over here, and you can sleep you can put your head down better at night. Yeah, you can. You can be safe. Like you don't have to worry about no bullshit. Yeah. But if you do like don't smoke weed, you could sell it and make $1 million. There's a lot of people that own real businesses, and they never even smoked weed before. Yeah. And they sell mad. Yeah, a lot of it's corporatized, but you could be a billionaire. Like, I tend to like those places that are. People who kind of came up doing that, you know what I mean, and selling it, smoking it since they was 14, 15. This is their life. They love it, and now they're, those are the places I would rather go to than just some guy who sees the money in it. You know what I mean? He getting the best growers. They do, because the other people, they don't realize that, right? You're a corporate guy. You just see, well, I could get it off of this guy for this and sell it for that. Cool, but you don't realize the intricacies and the little details that go into like, no, this stuff tastes that weed smokers would know, as opposed to some guy that's never touched it. But talk a little bit about the 9 to 5 thing too that you got. Well, not technically those hours, but I got a job for this guy. You don't gotta say, but say what you do. I rig. I pull points and shit. Like if you don't know what that is, that's like climbing up like 60 to 80 feet, 100 feet, depending how big the arena is. And I drop my rope, pull up a chain, so we could like pull the speakers up. If you've been to any arena, like you've been to a basketball game, a football game, a concert, you've seen the speakers and the lights hanging up, that's what I do. I pull stadium rigging. Yep, stadium rigging. Is that something that you could have ever foresaw yourself doing maybe 15, 20 years ago? No, I'm rigging, bro. It's crazy. When I tell people what I do now, they be like, what? You're lying. Yeah. I'm like, bro. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I do. How do you deal with the heights of it? Is that something? Did you ever have a fear of heights, or never was a thing? When we was younger, I used to do backflips off the park. Okay, so it was a non-issue. I just know sometimes as we get older, we kind of value life a little more. Like there's certain things now that I'm like, whoa, like I wouldn't even try just out of karmic reasons. You know what I'm saying? I'll climb up and be in my harness, but I wouldn't jump off like a 10-foot wall. Right. I'd be up 80 feet. I wouldn't jump off a 10-foot wall though. How important is it to have that some sort of steady income while you're trying to do an entrepreneur thing on the side? Because you still have bills that you need to live. It's hard, you know. It's hard to juggle both, because sometimes you have events for your entrepreneur business, and then you have a real job you can't say no to. You know what I'm saying? How do you manage that personally? I got a partner, my girl. She's my other half. She helps me do everything. Like bringing it back to you can't do it alone. Yeah, can't do it alone. But it can't, like when I need a team. It can't just be me and her. Me and her started it. We need a team of people that want to make money too. Like we're trying to put money into everybody. It's not just for. It's not all about money. We do this because we love to do this shit. That's right. Like I make the juice because I like it. That's it. Because I like doing it. Right. I go to these events because I like doing it. And I make money off it. Yeah, I make money off it, but it's not about the bread. Yeah. It's not about the bread. Trust me, it's not about the bread. I seen too much money and I play with too much money to care about the bread. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. So Why okay, my bad. I just got a little distracted for a second. Is it important that you're doing something? Like you said, you're not one of these guys that are just, let me sell this, right? You actually will consume your product or something that you like to do.
I try to get the best.
The best?
I try to get the best of the best.
Okay.
If it's popping, if it's like known on the street. Like,
Now, how do you figure out like what's the best? Is it, because I feel like sometimes people will look at the price and the most expensive thing, people will assume this is the best, but I don't think it's always like that.
it's not always about the price. Because some people get like,
So what do? You look at reviews? Like how do you figure out what's the best, or is it just trial and error?
like it's this new weed called Snowball.
Okay.
It's all white. Everybody's talking about it on the internet, and then so I'm gonna get it because I know it's gonna sell because everyone's seen it. It's all over the internet. You go on Instagram, you'll see
Branding. It already has like
Somebody
a name.
branded it really good. Like this
yeah.
dude named Gumbo, he branded it really good. Gumbo from he Gumbo.
Right.
He started the Snowball thing, but now everybody got the Snowball. Right? And like,
So something that's already kind of solidified.
yeah, so now if you got it, like especially like the young kids, like, oh, he got Snowball, or he got say the bounce back. You started a strand today,
Right.
like it's big as hell now. Like, oh, you got bounce back, you got that.
Right.
Now people want it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like cookies runs how everything has its kind of, you know.
Like what's that other one?
High tolerance,
Not even high tolerance.
gelato.
Nah, what's the other brand that everybody like smokes right now? The marshmallow brand.
Marshmallow Sprinkles. Yeah.
I don't smoke sprinkles.
Right. No.
No disrespect to anybody, but I don't smoke sprinkles.
I smoked some like well over a year ago. It was coming from Cali. The packs was coming from Cali, I believe. It was a good taste. I feel like it didn't last as long.
I didn't get that high from it.
Yeah, like I did, but I don't think it lasted.
I got high.
Long, right?
It smells really, really good.
It tasted good too. The stuff I got tasted.
It smells and tastes better than the high.
Right.
I don't care about that. I want to get high.
Yeah.
I want it to taste.
Well, you don't want exactly. You want kind of.
I don't want something just to taste like, and weed doesn't naturally smell like any of those smells.
Right.
That's on
Yeah.
those packs,
So what do you? Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know. It's cool, but everybody got their own wave. Like, see what they do? They got a wave that's like $1 million wave. Sprinkles is like $1 billion company. Like, these dudes from New Jersey are really doing their thing with this weed shit. Like, they're booming. They got everybody fiending over this shit. And I respect it.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta respect it, and especially any entrepreneur, but especially people coming from where we come from and bouncing back from that. And like I said, man, I appreciate you coming through. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to touch on before I let you go.
Let me touch on one thing.
This is your chance to do that, man.
Like we have to unite, bro. I'm telling you, we have to get shit right because we're losing too many people. I'm losing too many friends. I see people losing people. We have to put something together. Like, we could win, bro. Like
Absolutely.
As a whole, not just like, oh, I'm white or black, green, purple, I'm Spanish, I'm Mexican. Nah, I'm saying if we from the United States and we understand we should work together against the government, guys, or against whoever's trying to take whoever down. Like, we got homeless people out here. They just brought a whole bunch of people here. No disrespect to nobody.
Right.
They just brought a whole bunch of people here that got cribs already.
Yeah. Yep.
There's homeless people that been living here for 50, 30, 20, 100 years homeless on the street. We walk outside right now, those people don't got cribs. Yeah. No matter what their problem is, they don't got cribs. We need to figure something out.
Especially out here, the whole Massachusetts scene, Boston scene. The way I always look at it is like, man, it's so, like when you compare it to these other bigger metropolitan cities, it's so small that we don't have no room. We don't really have time. We don't have the opportunity to not be united. We kind of need to just to even have certain numbers and hit algorithms and all that. We all kind of need to do it together just because of the size. Like Brooklyn alone is like 3 times the size of Boston. So they can afford to decide beefing with it. They have so many people. You know what I mean?
Everybody, killing people that we used to be friends with.
Yeah.
People was killing each other that used to be friends with when they was little kids, and now you got older and you started hanging out with these people. He started hanging out with these people. Now y'all got beef. That is crazy.
Absolutely.
It's crazy, but we need to stop that shit. We need to I'm not even talking about the beef because I feel like the beef thing is starting to slow down. But we need to stop. We need to just stick together.
Absolutely.
If your man's got an idea, help him out.
Right.
If your homegirl got an idea, help him out. If you think it's stupid, tell the truth. Like, it's stupid. Yeah. And then vice versa. Your friends can help you out too.
Yeah, absolutely. Trust the process. Don't rush the process, guys. Bro. Hey, one more time, man. I appreciate you coming through. Good to have you guys. It is what it is. Remember, what's next is what you make it. Run down the social media one more time for them. I know you did it in the beginning, but let's get it.
You can follow me on IG at Hyer Levelz Naturals, and then you can follow me at JUICED on Instagram too. And merch is coming out this summer. We got a lot of free stuff. We got 420 baskets going out. Just follow me on things. You can figure out prices and everything.
Higher level juices. Guys, we know what I say. It is what it is. What's next is what you make it. On that note, B. Luke, that's my man, Rel. It is what it is, guys. Like I said, what's next is what you make it. And we out of here to bounce back.
Bounce back. You got a moment when they see you down, just know they